I said a joke because there was a comedy like.
So then he's kind of saying that like you said a joke and yada yada.
Yeah. So you know those channels that
Tanner
make
don't
fun
care.
of
You go faster, Kyle.
So you know how
Tanner, get off the Adderall. Drink only. You know, I want to say this to everybody out there. You guys gotta be more yourself. You know, Tana's fans are like, she shouldn't drink. So Tana doesn't drink. But drunk Tana is good Tana. I got a feeling like Tim Heidecker goes through something like this too. Worried about what the fans think. You know, tucks it all in. Pent up. Worried. Be yourselves. Do what's funny is you're not here. You guys, all you creators, you're not here to showcase that you're the best guy, the most respectable, great human. Nobody wants to tune into a show to see a put together, respectful human being. That's not what this is. We're here to be entertained. Entertain them no matter what. Too many shows are so buttoned up, worried about what everyone's thinking about them. Who cares? Give them a good time. That's all that matters. Okay, let's go back to this.
Your
Andrew
fan bases are nightmarish, though.
Well, you got to kick them out.
Hard to
okay, you got to go against them then. Well, you attracted those fans because you weren't being yourself. See, if you do a bunch of shit where you're not yourself, and you go on other shows and you try to pander to their audiences and you try to be this, that, and the other, then yeah, you're going to be stuck with a lot of people who expect you to be that version. But if you're always yourself, the only people who are going to watch you are people who like yourself, and then you're free, like me, to be you. But everyone is so worried, you know. They're so worried they're going to come off as mean or they're going to come off as disrespectful. Let it go. Let yourself flow.
Oh, you know how there's like the drama like channels that make fun of comedians, the 6 Joe Rogan comedians that like only got famous because Joe Rogan, and they're all getting like roasted on the internet now, and their podcasts were doing really good and they were doing tours, but really they're just Joe Rogan's friends.
Nice.
What?
You stood me up because of your ego? Absolutely not.
Look at this. Let's see. That's right. That's right reaction. Now I'm going to look what Jeff says to him. Now I'm going to humble you. You stood me up on my barbershop because of your ego. Absolutely not. Because you need humbling. Look what Andrew says. You're hurt. Oh, God. This is what Andrew says. You're hurt. Yeah, no shit, you retard. But I didn't think I was above your barbershop show. I got real injuries. I actually liked that you were being creative. Dobrik is an asshole for what he did to you. Tell David Dobrik. Andrew Schulz is going around calling David Dobrik an asshole, but he's when he sees him in person. Can't slap his hand harder. Going to Dobrik's Pizza. This Andrew Schulz is a real snake. And then Jeff says, then why you siding with David Dobrik, the guy who killed Jeff Wittek?
You need humbling, you're hurt. No, okay. I won't be. Oh. Okay, I've gotten to the gist here. I believe I've gotten to the gist here.
Then he starts backtracking. I actually like that you were being, he said the barbershop was a good show. I actually like that you were being creative. Dobrik is an asshole for what he did to you. And I said, then why are you siding with him? He goes, fuck him. He's a piece of shit. I said, you're a piece of shit.
So
Wait. Look at this. Unless you want to give me an address to meet up at. That's what Jeff says. And then Schultz says, I feel like you want... Look at this manipulation, this greasy Andrew Schultz. I feel like you want to be creative. Ultimately, that will give you the most joy in life. Excuse me?
Says who?
Father Andrew? I'm sure it feels like the people doing the low-hanging shit. REDBAR. Too lazy, too... Look at this. See, it's really about this. I'm sure it feels... This is Andrew Schultz. I'm sure it feels like the people doing the low-hanging shit get all the success. But they aren't happy or respected. Me? I gotta have a drink. look at what he's saying. The private messages of Andrew Schulz. Show this to everybody. Now, where does he get this from? Because this is kind of psycho. I'm sure it feels like the people doing the low-hanging fruit get all the success. Excuse me?
No, we don't.
Excuse me? Do I look successful? My eye too. So I can't believe he would say that. Like, why is this on your mind? You literally get all the success. You're like the most famous comedian of our time for doing nothing. You're selling out. I mean, you're literally like the smallest show you do. You could right now go on Instagram and go, I'm doing a surprise show at McDonald's for $50 a piece, and you would make $1 million. So you're sitting around complaining about these hate channels? You're complaining about people like REDBAR get 19K views? You're complaining about at the most 400K? That's all the success to you? But look at this. But they aren't happy or respected. That's what Andrew Schulz is saying about me. Too lazy to try. Matan Johnson, or whatever his name is. He's saying this about Sam Hyde. He's saying this about comedy enforcement. Can you guys believe what you're seeing here? Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kanye. Look at this.
Let's fuck him. He's a piece of shit. I said, you're a piece of shit.
Good to have one.
So
with the same fake laugh and same yes men. And you're all gonna get it one way or another in the year.
Thank you, Jeff.
I think that there is room for growth here. I really think you guys.
Hannah. We're
I don't know. I could see a world where.
Wait, hold on. I forget this. He said, I feel like you want to be creative. Ultimately, that will give you the most joy in life. I'm sure it feels like the people doing the low-hanging fruit shit get all the success, but they aren't happy or respected.
Wait, I gotta see
I'm not
this
happy.
All the success, like the people doing.
Okay, look at this. There's more here. They're not respected, but work your art and you will feel joy and respect. So basically, you're trying to manipulate him into not doing hate content against comedians. Wow.
And maybe he should put out an apology and denounce comedy enforcement.
Yeah, is that what you want, Andrew?
Now.
And how is that cutting into... See, Andrew and all these guys, they want a life where nobody is calling them out for their bullshit. They want to be able to get away with everything. And really, the only people in their way are a few of us. There's really not that many people in their way. So if they could wipe us off, like they want to delete me from the Kill Tony Reddit, Andrew Schulz wants to delete these channels and get everybody participating out of there by tainting our good name. No one respects them. It's low-hanging fruit. But our content is you. So you're low-hanging fruit? I don't understand.
As
this
if
is
you
bad.
Don't talk about drama. I never
I mean, yeah, seriously,
Why
it's
is
like,
your podcast
but if
not
it's not about a
low-hanging
comedian,
fruit?
so you could talk about politicians, basketball players, movies, musical artists, anybody else except for comedians. This has been my point since day one. Every comedian out there criticizes something. But if you criticize a comedian, wow, that shouldn't be happening. That's not allowed. This has been my point from day one. I mean, when I started doing this and started going after comedians, people couldn't believe it. It took like people years till we got other channels doing it. Remember that? Remember when I put up a YouTube clip and people were like, a podcast talking about another podcast? It doesn't. What doesn't make sense? What about this doesn't add up to you guys? But here it is, clear as day. The comedians want to be invincible. They don't want anything in their way. And by the way, even if there's 1,000 of us, how are we getting in their way? You guys keep getting richer and richer and richer and richer. No matter how loud I scream, no matter how many times I hit this or that, you will continue to be rich, 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 rich. Luckily, there's enough Mexicans and idiotic people out there that they don't give a fuck. You could lie straight to their face. You do it every day, and they just keep giving you money. So the fact that you're sitting around worrying about this and trying to, get people to not like us, Jesus, we can't eat either. Only you. So if I'm sitting here, I could talk about Kamala. That would be okay. I just talk about Kamala all day or waltz. Would that be? That's okay. Who can I talk about, Andrew? Who am I allowed to talk about that you'd respect? Unbelievable. Aren't you guys offended? Aren't you guys like, you can't believe it? Clip this. Show everyone. Tell everyone.
Look at what Jeff said back.
Jeff says back, listen, I'm real with my audience. That's why they back me up. Let me know if you want to meet up and fight. Let me know if you want to meet up and fight.
This is what it feels like to have an Uncle Laser on your side.
Yeah, for real. Let's see what else he says, because it's covered up here.
He wants him to apologize.
This is what Andrew Schulz says next. If you apologize to my team for the threats and apologize for what you said. Now the rest is blocked by player. Let's see. Maybe they'll uncover that. Let's find out.
The low-hanging fruit shit, get all the success, but they aren't happy or respected.
Yeah, I'm not happy or respected. Shit.
Work your art and feel. Fuck you. I just started saying suck my dick, and then I. Just,
here we go. Look at this, Andrew Schulz. Thank you, Jeff. By the way, guys, isn't Jeff a nice guy?
I love him. Give him a year, guys.
He's a nice guy. If you apologize, this is what Andrew said. If you apologize,
has been manipulating Jeff in the same way to try to unfriend Big Mike.
Yeah. And I'm also willing, if Big Mike, here's my thing to Big Mike. Now, Jeff, if you want to show Big Mike this. Big Mike, if you turn on Logan, break your NDA. That's what you got to say first, because everyone's so afraid of this Logan and his suing. Break your NDA, expose Logan. Don't worry about what Logan says back. No one's going to believe it. Don't worry, you'll be fine, because that's where Mike lives. Big Mike could release himself from a lot of this guilt and pain and depression that he goes through every day. Every day he's on Twitter talking about how depressed. He can barely get out of bed. He's aching. He's in pain because he's with Logan. He allows Logan to move how he moves. He knows if he ever stopped being friends with Logan, Logan would probably expose him or sue him. Mike, break the NDA, expose Logan, you will be set free. You'll wake up a new man. You'll be like me, without sugar, on pancakes disease. So that is my offer to Big Mike. I will gladly shake Big Mike's hand if he does the right thing and exposes Logan. And I bet Big Mike would feel a lot better about himself.
He knows.
He knows. That's the guilt in his eyes. You'll hold that guilt forever. You know Logan's scamming, scheming. Lunchley covered in mold. I'll show you this next. Lunchley, apparently, allegedly, because he's suing all my friends. Apparently, Lunchley is covered in mold. Now, Logan, please don't sue me. Do what's right. I'm a big fan of Brother Jake. Big fan of Greg Paul. Big fan of how they treat that mother of yours. So, this is what I want to read. If you apologize to my team for the threats and apologize for what you said on Chris's podcast, I think we can be cool. Look what Andrew Schulz is saying. Otherwise, what, Andrew? Then you're not cool? Who gives a fuck? Jeff hates you. He said he wants to fight. He's not asking to be cool. And now you're saying, apologize to me, apologize to my team, and take back what you said on Chris's podcast, and then we could be cool. Or else what, Andrew? And then Jeff says, suck my dick. Thank you. All right, let's see if there's any more. Isn't this wonderful? And then look at this. Andrew Schulz, think on it. Who does he think he is? And have you seen his buddy Charlemagne? I'd love to expose him. Andrew, you were probably at P. Diddy's parties. I hope they've got some footage of you. I know you've done something deceitful to
Jeff
that wife of
there,
yours.
And he said
I know
he saw you there.
I believe in my own head that Andrew Schulz has done something deceitful to that wife of his. I believe Andrew's got a lot of skeletons and not just the one living in that giant body of his. He's been to P. Diddy's parties. You see Beyonce and Jay-Z trying to post all the time. You see this? You know what's so funny? I don't hear anyone talking about this. What happened to the Bayhive? Here, cut to me real quick.